Hi, welcome to the RPG channel, and this is a topic that a lot of people have been asking me about. A lot of people have been sending me messages, commenting, asking if I could record any of my role-playing sessions. Sometimes they want to know about a specific game, like I get a lot of people wanting to watch my group playing Call of Cthulhu, and other time it's more general, like they just want to see us playing any game. And I've given this a great deal of thought because of the really large number of requests I get for this, and I really don't think that that would be all that useful, and I certainly don't think it would be very entertaining. So what I'd like to do is try to answer some of the concerns that people asking for those videos have had in a little bit more constructive and hopefully, at least not if entertaining, at least not bizarrely inappropriate way, I guess. Okay, say you have a game you want to play. The very first thing that you need to do is to make sure you have a game that your players are actually interested in playing. Now, it doesn't have to be necessarily a game that they've played before or anything like that, but just something that there's an interest in, or at least not an outright rejection of. So, like, before you go investing a great deal of money, talk to the people who you're most likely going to be playing with and make sure that they're actually interested in playing the game that you want to play. And assuming that that goes through, then you need to buy the rule books, probably not all of them, hopefully not very many. You certainly don't want to spend a whole lot of money on this new project just going into it like that. Although, I mean, if you have it to spend, go ahead, I guess, but it's not really necessary. And after you get the rule books, what you want to do is try to familiarize yourself with the rules. And the best way to do that is by read through the book a couple of times. And what I do psychologically is I just try to, like, after I read the rules, try to think up a few different situations and stuff and make sure that I kind of understand how the rules work. And another thing that you can do here, which I think is very helpful in helping get a good grasp of a new rule set that you're learning, is to actually try to make a couple of characters with it. And this gives you a good opportunity to go through the character creation process, because you're probably going to be helping your players through it soon anyway. So you can get a good feel for how that goes, what potential problem spots are going to be, and stuff like that. And this also puts you in a position where it allows you to see how much of the game's terminology you actually understand. Like, while you're looking through the character sheet, do you know what all these things do? Do you know where all these rules are located at? Do you know how all the different mechanics are interacting with each other? And that's a big step. Like, just the act of making a character will help you out a great deal. And make a couple, make different types of them. If you're playing a class level game, make a couple of different classes. Like, try starting them at different levels, that kind of thing. And then, after you have familiarized yourself with the character creation rules, then try to... That's a cat. Try to work your way through a combat or an encounter situation like that. It doesn't have to be like a big thing where you're like sitting down with your minis at your table and like going through an entire combat encounter, but at least make sure you like do a few rounds or so, just, you know, rolling the dice and seeing how the mechanics of the game work in action. Make sure you understand all the steps of the round, and just make sure that there aren't any gaping holes that are going to make the game completely unplayable. And, like, try a few different tactics and stuff. Try to see how different parts of the system affects other parts. And, like I said, it doesn't have to be a big thing, but do it a couple of different times. Put them in different situations and stuff, because the more stuff you try out at this point, the less likely you are to be completely thrown off guard whenever in your first combat encounter with the players they start asking you questions about stuff. So this is just the first video I'm going to make about this topic, and if you're playing a game that you're already familiar with or that you've played before, then there's still a whole lot you have to do to get ready for a game and actually play a game, and that's what I'll talk to you about next time. Thanks for watching.
Oh god, what would be a good